everyone. This week we continue our Q&A series. Please keep the questions coming as I love doing these videos. Today I want to answer Ella's question that I think so many can identify with right now. She asked, how can I stop feeling so angry when everything bad is happening? The reason why we can identify with her question is that so much has happened this year with COVID and other unexpected things happening. A couple weeks ago, our town actually had a huge rainstorm. Some places had up to 15 inches of rain. So many places were underwater. Homes and cabins were wrecked. And I just began to think how frustrating 2020 has been. I saw my friend on Facebook mention that she is ready for this year to be over. I'm assuming that some of you are probably agreeing with her. With all of this, it's easy to be angry. It's easy to be frustrated and feel overwhelmed. And I've been struggling with that myself as I miss speaking in the schools and I really miss being with students. I get angry even at the thought of schools not resuming in the fall. So what do we do about it? First of all, we have to acknowledge our feelings. It's so important to validate how we're feeling. That's what we have emotions for. We can't stuff it down, ignore it, and hope that it goes away. That does not work. However, anger, if it continues without being managed, does have some negative health problems that we have to be aware of. According to the Better Health Channel, some of the short and long-term health problems that have been linked to unmanaged anger include headache, digestion problems such as abdominal pain, insomnia, increased anxiety, depression, high blood pressure, skin problems such as eczema, and even heart attack. And so I'm going to include the link to this article that I've found all of this information below in the description. It's really good. I encourage you to check it out. So we do have to acknowledge our feelings, but we do also have to process the anger in a healthy way. We need to learn how to acknowledge the anger and then handle it correctly. And in doing so, I thought it would be important to share some of the things that I've done in my past to work through this. There was a time where I had anger issues, especially after my accident. I was angry that my accident happened. I was angry that there was negligence at the time of my accident and that it could have been avoided. I was angry about a lot of things. And I don't think anyone really actually saw that anger as it was more internal, but I definitely struggled with it. And I think it all boiled down to the fact that my life was now going to be different and would never be the same because I so wanted to go back to my old life. I would have done anything to be able to go back to my old life. And you may be feeling that today, that you want to go back before whatever it is that you've been through, whether that be COVID-19 or something else. It's easy to want to go back to how life was. I can identify with that. We as human beings don't always like change. Change can be difficult. However, we can't change the past. What has happened, and the only thing we can do is move forward. We have to stop looking backward and look forward to the future. Focus on today. And so trust me, I know how easy it is to dwell on the past, but it does not help us in the long run. Regret is one of the biggest thieves and time stealers in human existence. And even though the future is so unknown, we have to trust that things can get better and will get better. We have to believe and hope that we will get through this time and that we will come out better on the other side. I don't know what the future holds. None of us do. But I've learned the importance of having hope, determining to hold on, not giving up, and believing that good things are coming throughout my journey. Hope is so powerful. It's so important to believe that whatever it is that you're going through, that you will be thankful for it someday. That's how it is with my accident. Today, I shudder at the thought of my accident not happening. I'm so grateful that it happened. And of course, it's always in hindsight. You can't always see it at the moment, but in time, you can come to see how that difficulty was actually a blessing. So trust that in time that you'll be able to see this with whatever you are going through. And also believe that good things will come from this. And even that we will grow stronger through this. By pressing through the difficulties and the challenges, you learn what really matters. And you grow to be stronger and even a better person. I even encourage you to make a list of things that you have learned from the difficulty that you've gone through. Because it's easy to focus on what you've lost, but it's important to focus on what you've also gained. Now, before I close, I just want to offer a few things that I've done to overcome my anger. One thing that I've done is quite interesting. I've actually written a letter to who I'm angry at. I write everything out. I share all my feelings until I can't include any more. And then I tear it up and throw it in the garbage. And I've heard of some people burning it, but I don't want to encourage any fire hazards. But this was huge in my healing process because it allowed me to get everything out on the table, off of my shoulders, and then release it. And I was able to stop letting it destroy my life. It's almost a way of letting it stop affecting you. Secondly, I really want to encourage you to forgive. Forgiveness is huge. This is another way of releasing the person or situation that has been so frustrating and making you angry. And I know it can seem contrary to how you feel, but holding on forgiveness actually holds you back. It doesn't affect the other person or the situation, but affects you in a negative way. And so choose to forgive the person. Choose even to forgive COVID-19 for wrecking the plan that you had. There's healing in this. And this is a way to move on and overcome. Lastly, I want to include some other suggestions for long-term anger management that I found on the same website that I mentioned earlier. And I'll include the link to this information, like I mentioned below, so that you can see these other ways that you can overcome anger and really how to process it. And so it states in this article, it says, the way you typically express anger may take some time to modify, but suggestions include keep a diary of your anger outbursts and try and understand how and why you get mad. Consider assertiveness training or learning about techniques of conflict resolution. Learn relaxation techniques such as meditation or yoga. See a counselor or psychologist if you still feel angry about events that occurred in your past. And exercise regularly. So thank you so much for joining me today. Please subscribe to my channel and comment on this video below. And be sure to also follow me on Instagram, Facebook, Snapchat, and TikTok. See you next time.